Guys, welcome to the sub channel. No, second channel. What is a channel? Anyway, I've got a music channel that has a huge following. I've got at least 30 people. And I wanted to do something more. I want to record our trips that we've had. I had heaps of trips in the caravan. There's a lot of channels that do this. My favourites being Wheels by the Ocean, Jordan, if you're watching. And Trip in a Van. I think they're really two classy shows. There's a lot of good shows out there. This is not intended to be anything like that. I've got no drones, I've got no production, I've got nothing, and I just can't be bothered uploading as much as what they upload. So this is not about money, this is about really saving something for the kids, grandkids, and when I'm long gone, it'll still be out in digital land. And the very first video will be a trip we did back in Easter. So therefore it's retrospective. I only decided to do this after I had a couple of wines the other night, and I started this channel. And I thought, oh, why not? Give it a crack, eh? With YouTube, you have to get something like 1,000 followers, and you got to have like 4,000 likes or something in a year. So I'm not even going to get close. So this is not about money, far from it. Just something I think I'd want to do. Being newly retired, yes, retirement. Yeah, so hopefully I'll remember to, next trip we go on, I'll remember to start recording and make it a little bit interesting. Never too late to start, eh? Need a bit of a hobby when you're retired. Hey, what about this view? It's pretty hard to take, isn't it? Like, I mean, why do you need to go camping when you got this? Have perspective. That's round about the perspective, like from a person's eye, like just from looking. So it's not bad. And why am I talking about this? Because it's our house and it's for sale. So yeah, you know anyone out there that wants to buy nearly beachfront property? Right, back to it. Now I'm new to all this self-filming stuff. The only time I really do it is when I do a music video. So I don't know what else to say. I can waffle for so long, can't I? Yeah, I'll just give you a bit of a quick look. Behind there, that's the towing vehicle. It's a Great Wall Canon X. Funny story, we went down to buy the base model a few years ago now, must have been about 22 I think. And of course they didn't have any in stock, did they? And because I'm a cheapskate, I just wanted the base model. So we come home, got halfway home, it's about 3 hours away where the dealership was. We had a coffee halfway, thought, oh, we didn't ask if the middle one, maybe we should ask the middle one. So we rang, nah. There's still about a 6-month wait for one of them as well. Fucking oath. So hung up, and we said, oh, we didn't ask about the top model. So that's what it is, the top model. Canon X. We don't regret it at all. It's absolutely fantastic car. You know, there is a few quirks with it, but there's nothing that affects the actual running of it, the performance. It tows this van really easy, like you don't even know it's on the back. And I'll talk about the Caravan later on. We bought that from new. Down here, suspension, we've got an overspring. I don't know if you can see that. So, I think they call them super springs. Anyway, we just got that just to stiffen up the back end a little bit. It didn't really need it. I'm just paranoid about this sort of stuff. Yeah, so I'd rather be safe on the road. So yeah, we travel it. Well, we can travel 110 quite comfortable, but I suppose being this old, I just like to knock it down to 100. Having said that, we still pass a lot of people. Jeez, there's a lot of people that they travel slow as, eh? But anyway, it is what it is. I'll try and edit this rambling to be a little bit coherent. Look at that view. What a day. It's winter. Now look at that. That's our son Dominic. He planned this trip, him and his wife Nikki, and we couldn't join them at the beginning, so we joined them when they'd already been on the road for a few days, down in Dover area, so past Hobart, past Kingston. First stop was River's Edge. When I say first stop with them was River's Edge. Our first camp spot was in Kempton. Kempton's just a little, it's not far out of Hobart actually, and It's just a nice little town. There's not much there. There's a mood route up the road. We can get groceries and petrol, and they've got a good whiskey distillery there for those that like that, whiskey. She's all good. Yeah, so, but it's free. I think you can stay there a maximum of 3 nights. We've stayed there a few times now, just as an overnight thing, because Hobart hasn't got much in the way of camping. It's getting more and more popular as well, but it's free power, it's free water. It's just a really good stopover if you think, oh, I'm just so sick of travelling. Like I had to go to the hospital. I had a major operation in Hobart, and we just camped the first time down. We camped there. So I haven't got a drone, so you're not going to have these magnificent shots that these other people have. And so I don't want this to become a job. It'd be a nice record for the family. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. Let's get to it. Now, what do people do? They go like boom or boom. It's pretty trendy. What can I do? I don't know. I have to think about that one. Apologies for the sound. Just using the microphone on the iPad. This program here is called Polar Steps. I've used this a lot in the past, and it's really good for keeping track of where you go and to be able to add photos to it, just to give it context. This program here is called Life 360. Just look it up if you're interested in it. That was ETC, Elizabethtown Cafe. And this is Kempton, what I talked about in the beginning. Unfortunately, we had a little accident where the door fell off the fridge. Brand new Caravan, so anyway, they're fixing that under warranty. I'll fix the door, it stays on now. But there was a couple of dents, so they're going to fix that pretty soon, I hope. So here we go, down in Huonville, and this is the River's Edge campground, as you can see. It's a lot bigger than that, like really it's a huge place and absolutely beautiful, depending on what you get, of course, but that was packed. Easter weekend, packed. And we don't normally go into caravan parks, and we certainly don't go into busy ones, but anyway, this is planned and we didn't realise that Easter was such a big thing there. And here's our little photo going to our first trip in Kingston because my batteries didn't charge and I needed a generator. Again, it's a warranty thing with Jayco. For some reason, the charger didn't work. Jayco's supposed to be fixing it under warranty, so hopefully that happens. This is a big Easter hunt. The owners of the park actually throw Easter eggs everywhere and they dress up. They put on a big thing. They give the kids a disco. It's just a huge, huge thing, and we just didn't know about it. And there you go. The kids are looking for their Easter eggs. Crazy. Anyway, down we go. And this is down to Cockle Creek, and we have never been here before. Well, I shouldn't say we. I have never been here before. It's beautiful. I'll let the pictures speak for themselves.
That one is the rooftop. Reception area.
Just a note, if you want to camp down there, there are very, very few spots. You'll be lucky to get one. So I wouldn't free will it and just decide to go down there last minute because I don't think you'll have any place to stay. These are the thermal springs at Hastings Caves, and it's actually done like a pool. It's got change rooms there. It's got barbecue facilities. It's got a nice fire. Beautiful, beautiful spot. But a little bit unexpected. I was kind of picturing, rock springs and all that sort of thing. It's not like that at all. They probably set this up just for the tourists, so it's it's just a nice area to come to before you go to the caves. The stalactites and stalagmites, every formation is different. Obviously, we have quite a few caves in Tasmania. The ones I've been to are the King Solomon's Caves in Mole Creek, and of course the Guns Plains Caves themselves. And the stories behind how they were found is quite fascinating, so well worth going to have a look.
I will not conceal, I cannot be still. Amazing, magnificent.
This is actually Southport, picture from Wikipedia, because I forgot to take pictures. Anyway, on the way back to the campground to pick up the caravan and off to our next spot. On the way, we decided to call into Kingston. Kingston's a city outside of Hobart, south of Hobart, and they got some battery-powered go-karts. Well worth, if you like a little bit of fun, well worth a call in. Those go-karts fly. Here we go, on our way to Lake Pedder, and we decided to stop in here, left of field campgrounds. Beautiful spot again. There's not many spots in Tasmania that aren't. It is campgrounds, but you know, it's not packed. You've got your own private area. That's the communal area that you can go to. They are licensed. They've got a little golf course there. They've got entertainment areas there, and they got fully stocked.
Heart on fire.
This is our last day here, and as we pulled out, I forgot to record the map.
My heart wants burning desire.
So instead of going straight ahead to Lake Pedder Dam, you turn up left. And that's on the side of the road. We was nearly going to camp there. There was just enough room. We decided to carry on regardless. And we decided on this spot here. It wasn't much further up the road, actually. Back at the campground, Serenity.
I do that. Are you surprised?
You want to be here with me or Dom? I'm the worst one, so I think Flores.
Next morning, we woke up to this. Really hard to take, isn't it? And as we was driving out, that's a little shop. Sells a bit of cider and a few veggies and fruit. Worth a stop. Forgot to also record our trip to there, this power station. Nice views, bit of history. And then we went to this lagoon. It wasn't quite right. We was actually decided not to stay there. We went up across a bridge, and this was on the way to Brady's Lake. Beautiful spot again. We're the only ones there. Absolutely amazing. We were going to go to Brady's Lake, but we decided not to. So we stayed here the night, and then we went out across the same bridge. Next morning, a little bit overcast, still beautiful. So then we decided to go up to Derwent Bridge, and on the way we called into this pipeline. It's literally the only wooden pipeline left in Australia. I stand to be corrected on that, but it's still operational. So wood was what they used all over Tasmania at one stage. They've been replaced with steel now, but this is a segment that's still used. So we're on our way now to actual Derwent Bridge. We decided that we were going to have a meal there. It wasn't open at the time. It was Anzac Day, and so I had to go to Lake St Clair. So Lake St Clair is the other side of Cradle Mountain. So if you ever heard of the Overland Track, this is where it ends. Then we took off to Queensland, which is going to be Dominic, Nikki, Maverick and Ruben's last stay, really. So this is a track just before Queenstown. I can't remember the name of it. I'll try but might not have much luck. So this is actually on the way out the next morning. Spot there, so across the water.
It is. Another one.
course, you've got to get ready for the fire that night. So here we go, into Queenstown. So the kids left from Queenstown. This is a cafe. It was all orange. It was really nice. We didn't take any other shots there. So we decided to keep carrying on, and we called into Lake Rosebery. Lake Rosebery is actually in Tulla, which is not far from Rosebery anyway, but it's all the same system. One feeds into the other, into the other, into the other, and that all generates power. So when we pulled up, we hadn't been here before. We boat this lake quite a lot, and we saw this beach type area. We always wondered what it was like. So the water was full as, so you can see there, like the rock I'm standing on, but not so much the next morning.
The tracks, backpacks, can't slow me down. You're the one that I dreamed of, frown upside down. Napman, madman, adventure in my name.
Absolutely crazy how much water was used overnight to generate power.
Time to meet you.
I went just last night.
Yeah. Smile DNA.
Home sweet home.
Never walk alone. Like a bridge over troubled water, always be your home. Barbecues and jet canoes, slumber in the sun. Campfires and four-wheel drivers, cups and have some fun.